With Hogwarts' legacy set to expand on the Wizarding World despite its delay, the possibility of a new Harry Potter spin-off is becoming more and more of a reality, and fans are eager to see which part it explores and whether any original characters would appear in it. The Weasley siblings are all fan-favorite players, and since all of them had bright futures beyond the Battle of Hogwarts, there is some potential for them to be in this rumored show. The elder Weasley siblings, Charlie and Bill, had already begun their career paths while Percy, the twins, Ron, and Ginny were still at Hogwarts. However, all the siblings did exceedingly well in all their endeavors. Still, there is scope for comparison on who managed to rake in the most fame, money, and adulation out of all the red-headed brothers and sisters. Charlie Weasley, the second oldest Weasley sibling, was a heroic one, but he didn't care for the worldly meaning of success during his lifetime. Rather than chasing high ministry positions or opening his own business, he chose to follow his passion instead, which had always been dragons. Since he had been in school, Charlie had been outdoorsy, and his fascination with dragons eventually became his career. He moved from England to Romania to care for and learn about the mysterious creatures, which made him quite fearless and undoubtedly cool. His studies did make him an expert, which was why he was called on by Hogwarts as well as members of the Statute of Secrecy to handle and train people about dragons. Charlie's success was a personal one. Bill Weasley, the Weasley family together was quite wholesome, and William, or Bill Weasley, was Molly and Arthur's first child. Like Charlie, Bill also had a marked interest in something, namely the Gringotts Wizarding Bank. After graduating from Hogwarts, Bill was resourceful enough to find a vacancy for a curse breaker at the bank, which he managed to get and spent his life doing. Bill was hampered by a number of obstacles during his life, not limited to the werewolf attack by Fenrir Greyback and the bullseye on his family, but that didn't stop him from working hard as well as protecting Hogwarts and the Order of the Phoenix. He went on to become a famed curse breaker, especially in Egypt, and even got published when he wrote a book about his experience with werewolves, which was widely used by Aurors. Ron Weasley, Harry's best friend, did not live in his shadow for long, even though the two of them began their careers together as Aurors for the Ministry. Ron had many fears, but dark wizards was not one of them since he had basically spent his whole childhood and tenure at Hogwarts fighting Voldemort. After setting up a new Auror department with Harry, Ron chose to quit after 2 years and joined George in running Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. Ron had brought considerable reform to the Ministry department, but he returned to help his brother with his ever-growing business. With George, Ron was able to expand the joke shop even further, which earned them more money and fame. Ron thrived as an adult, but he didn't quite manage to do anything single-handedly as he always had someone helping or supporting him. Percy Weasley, either widely hated or considered misunderstood by a small faction of fans, Percy Weasley was definitely ambitious as a character. In fact, it was his naked ambition which made him so disliked and disloyal to his family. He was a stickler for rules, so it made sense that his first instinct was to join the Ministry of Magic. From there, he quickly rose through the ranks and became junior assistant to the minister, but it came at the cost of his familial ties. Percy was ruthless, and he was ready to betray his own to get to the position he wanted. Eventually, Percy did come to his senses and reunited with them, but he didn't leave his dreams far behind. Soon enough, he became the head of magical transportation in the Ministry, which was quite an achievement. Fred and George Weasley, the twins, were always considered troublemakers who would get nowhere significant in life, but they proved their detractors wrong. The very pranks and jokes that got them detention were the things that took them to astronomical levels of success, with some help in the form of starter capital by their pal Harry. What began as a mail-order experiment blew up into a hugely successful business, so much so that they had to expand into a physical outlet, and Fred and George could afford to get a flat above their shop. Their spells were highly innovative and addictive, which gained them international fame, especially within students in all the wizarding schools. Weasley's Wizard Wheezes was an accomplishment, and it catapulted the twins towards roaring success. Sadly, Fred only tasted a fraction of that success due to his untimely death. Ginny Weasley, the most unassuming member of the Weasley family, Ginny, went on to achieve the most in terms of money, celebrity, importance, and enduring success. She stunned her brothers with her considerable Quidditch skill, which she pursued after school to become a member of the international Quidditch team, the Holyhead Harpies. It was a huge deal that she became an international sportswoman who was viewed by witches and wizards worldwide because she had the talent for it. After a fantastic stint with the Harpies, Ginny retired and became a sports correspondent at the Daily Prophet, rising slowly but surely till she was sports editor of the national newspaper. Her arc was consistent, and she made the most of her expertise even after she retired. Ginny was an international sports star who then became a respected editor.
With a gentle touch you tell me